to the Gamers of the Roundtable podcast. Held together by tape today. Quite literally.
Yeah, literally.
So, 3 topics today. Not a big lineup, but the Nintendo Switch. And we're going to go over some Christmas gaming memories. And we're going to go over... What was the last topic? Oh.
We don't know.
Our Game of the Year predictions. Not necessarily our votes, just predictions. What could possibly win. What may deserve to win. So what do you want to start with?
Let's go in that order.
So the Nintendo Switch.
Alright, the Nintendo Switch. So, did you guys watch the trailer?
Yes.
Multiple times.
What did you think? What did you think?
I thought it looked great. You didn't think it looked good?
I know you had some negative opinions, so I thought you'd start with that.
What did I have negative opinions?
Right after.
I said,
you
the
were
one thing
asleep.
I said...
You were asleep, you watched it without me, and I was very disappointed.
Okay, whenever I watched... The only thing that I didn't, like... The
first thing you said was like, you know...
I was like, eh...
That's how you started.
The controllers... I'd be afraid I'd lose those. Especially if I'm taking them everywhere. Like that. And I feel like it probably breaks. How they slide on.
I mean,
I'm sorry, I was negative.
Well, like
the size of this Game Boy, Drew. I mean, the controller's about that. You've never lost your Game Boy.
Yes, I have.
Well, dang it, Drew, be more responsible.
Like, are you afraid it'll, like, slip out?
I'm a
you'll
little
playing
afraid that it'll be slip out, but I'm mostly afraid, like, it showed that one where we can take it anywhere. Like, we go somewhere and we take it and we set it up to play. I'm using that one controller, using the other one. I'm afraid I'll lose one of those.
Like, we'll be playing Mario Kart and we'll pause and be like, hold on, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And, like, you take it with you and you lay it down on the sink and then you come back and it's like, what do I do with the controller?
Except
actually, I could see me doing that.
We're in a public
place. I don't think I would do it in a public place because I think I'd be, like, really sensitive about it. But, like, at home, I would put it somewhere and be like, where did I put that thing?
Yeah.
Because I lose my phone every day.
But other than that, I thought it was good.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I love the... it seems like a really natural progression, It feels like what the Wii U was always supposed to be, basically. It's like it's finally happening.
Yeah, and then you got to see a little bit of... I mean, Skyrim was the main thing that they showed, right?
They showed a lot of Skyrim, yeah.
And then some Mario, which looked really good.
Mario looked good. It's amazing how, like, 10 seconds in Mario, and you're like, yeah?
Everyone is, like, stretching that, like, 6 to 10 seconds. But there's so much detail in it. Like, did you guys see the waypoint?
What's a waypoint?
Like in Assassin's Creed, like if you need
like,
to know where to go, it's like, oh, go over here.
No, I didn't see anything like that.
When Mario's doing the triple jump, for a split second, the camera kind of goes up, and you can see this like temple area in the background, and there's a giant like light coming from the middle of it.
Okay,
looks just like a waypoint.
Yeah.
And the reason that people are speculating it is because the next scene is in a temple level, so it's like.
And maybe that's how you get between levels. Through these beams of light.
People are speculating it's like. There was 64 Sunshine and the new open world Mario. I don't know. It also looks a lot like 3D World, but it could just be
like a mix between the two.
It could be on the 3D World engine as an open world game. Maybe. Looks great.
I don't know. I don't think it was good, man. I guess.
Do you think it'll be a launch game?
Do I think? No. Do I hope? Yes. The fact that they showed any of it at all is a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they really want to launch it. You know what? They might, actually. It's been longer since 3D World, and I'm thinking, that'd be great. Do it. They should.
That would be awesome. I think, wouldn't that be like the first time they've launched with a Mario and a Zelda?
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Because I know the Wii launched with Twilight Princess, and that did awesome.
Yeah, I figure,
and 64 launching with...
If it launched, I think that would be great for them. I hope they do that. That'd be great for me.
I'm confused at how they showed Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon on the Switch, but it's not backwards compatible that we know of.
And for some minor differences.
Yeah, there's no discs. It's cartridges. Super excited about that.
Well, he was talking about from the game.
In the game footage, like in
Oh,
Mario
yeah,
Kart 8,
yeah.
there's like two, like you can
Two
switch
items?
items. You can't do that in Mario Kart 8. There's also a character that's not
King Boo.
Mario. Yeah, he's not. No Mario Kart 8 King Boo. So
There's also, if you look, it kind of, someone pointed out there, it kind of looks like Dry Bones is in the background as a racer, but you can't really see it that well.
So yeah,
Which once again, that's just
So-
like speculation, but
no one knows if like maybe it's just some weird tech thing. The only reason I kind of don't think it is because if it was just a tech thing, it seems like they wouldn't have bothered to make weird little details. Maybe the
Okay.
character, but it's like adding an extra item slot.
yeah,
A
Yeah.
little weird.
it's interesting. And the track they were on wasn't in the original either.
It wasn't the DLC though, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, it was in the DLC, not in the original.
Okay.
So it was like, that's interesting.
It's all downloadable.
They could release maybe like a Switch like definitive edition. Maybe?
It seems like that's what they're leaning towards with what they showed. Is like, and that'd be, I think that'd be good because since the Wii U numbers were so low,
Yeah, a lot
more
more people
would be able to actually play, especially since it's not backwards compatible. That'd be the only way to do it.
Can you imagine having the launch lineup of Splatoon and Mario Kart and a new Mario and a new Zelda
Oh, they would definitely win.
and
then
Skyrim?
even Skyrim,
Yeah,
yeah. You know, take it with you.
That's nuts. I mean, I like really good graphics. I'm not going to lie, but even if it's not, because we don't know anything about the specs, but even if it's not like up to par with the other ones, I don't care. Because
Nintendo's
the
never
point
really-
the point is for me, I don't care if Skyrim already looks really good. Like the original Skyrim looks good.
Oh yeah. No,
So
it does.
if the definitive edition on the Switch isn't as good as the other ones, I can take it with me. I don't care.
I think it's going to matter less with the Switch than say with the Wii U because you can take it with you,
Yeah.
so it's also a mobile. I think that'll give them leeway. So as long as if they can run like Breath of the Wild on there, then at least
Yeah.
PS3, Xbox, even if it's a generation behind. The fact that you can
Take it with you.
take it with you and put it up on, I feel like people cut them slack and be like, okay, it may not, it probably won't like outperform.
But Nintendo's they've never really been about the graphics.
The only time I know of that
GameCube?
the GameCube was like the only one I can think of. Where they were
It had like
Could say
higher
Super
specs,
Nintendo.
but it didn't do that well.
I know,
Oh no, GameCube did terrible. That's why the Wii happened.
which is interesting. Well,
It's true.
it didn't technically do like terrible. It just did
It
terrible.
did Nintendo terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like it's interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see. Like, if you think about it, if this succeeds, we could be looking at the new standard. Like, currently, the standard for a console is it backwards compatible? Can it get online? There's stuff like that. The new standard might be, can you take it with you?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that'd
'Cause
be
with-
interesting to see.
With the Wii, that definitely everyone at first was like motion controls, and then they were like, we got to make it connect, and PlayStation moves right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why VR is possible, really.
hmm So it's like, this could be the new standard. It could be like, good graphics, check. Price point, check. Can you take it with you? No? Well, you can find
I'm
that.
not gonna buy that.
And one criticism I've heard from several people is about like talking about like the size of the screen. Like, if it's too big, why would you want to take it with you? But it's like,
I don't
dude,
think
have you seen the tablets that are like this big that people carry with them everywhere?
Yeah.
That's. I think it's going to be instead of like bringing, it's going to be like bringing your tablet with you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Instead of- it's not gonna be a pocket thing. You're not. I
No,
don't think
no,
you'll
no.
be able
Yeah.
to fit it in your pocket.
I mean, the 3DS is
Maybe you have one of those
3DS XL.
jackets with a big pocket in there. Maybe it's
Yeah. A trench coat. You
Or a
just-
trench coat.
Hey,
yeah.
they
Just have a trench
they
coat and
bundle
also
it
Sell
with
it
the
with a
trench
jacket.
coat.
For your carrying jacket.
Jacket. Yeah.
It also keeps you warm, protects you from the rain.
Well, that's going to create some interesting sound effects. But come on, over here. Okay. Anyways, so the Switch.
It's gonna switch things up.
Yeah.
The switch to cartridges is so smart. I was
It'll cut down load times.
I did a vlog.
And the fact that it's portable with a spinning disc, that would never.
Yeah.
I don't think that would ever work.
I think that was a problem
Well,
with PlayStation 4.
That's what I was going to say, exactly. Because it was like
Oh, yeah, it had
there
to
was
be-
a spinning disc inside of a plastic cartridge thing, and
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
like,
And they messed up so easily, didn't they?
mm-hmm. They did. Oh, I got to turn this off now because it's playing video. Okay. So that's going to pick up a couple seconds of audio from that video, probably.
Oh, you.
Yep. But anyways, the switch to cartridge is interesting too here because it's like back in the 64, a lot of third-party developers left Nintendo because they were still using cartridges and they could fit so much more on a disc.
Yeah.
And now it's the opposite.
And it was
You can fit-
cheaper
Yeah.
to print things on a disc.
Now it's like the disc can't hold as much, so that's why we're having to install it on our PlayStations and Xboxes.
That's true.
So it's like,
Yeah.
So now the cartridge and then the load times.
yep. It's
Oh, that's another thing. So hopefully that means slow times suck. So
Yeah.
I think for myself, if there was like a game on PlayStation 4 and one on Switch, and it was better looking on PlayStation 4,
You would get the Switch instead.
if it had shorter load times, yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I would take that downgrade for just so I don't have to sit through those.
I
I
played
like
my-
the downgrade of
egregiously long.
graphics to me would. I've never thought of been that low though.
There's very few games that I get that's like, oh, this is like, I can't stand these graphics. And it's usually not because they're bad graphics, it's usually just because they're like splattered everywhere and it's like,
That sounds bad.
like if you're playing a game on the Xbox One and it looks like a 64 game, that's probably not a good thing unless it's meant to look that way.
Yeah.
But if you're playing a game on the Xbox One that looks like last generation, that's not that bad. I don't care.
Like Recore?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people get on to Recore. I haven't actually played it yet, so I don't know.
It's like realistic looking graphics are cool.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think
Mario
it's more
Kart
about the
8 looked great.
mechanics, really.
And Journey looked amazing.
Uh,
Sometimes being artistic goes further than
Yeah.
realistic.
Almost always. That's why, like, I guess more stylistic games, they hold up really well. Like Wind Waker,
Borderlands, Wind Waker.
Borderlands, or the Persona games. Stuff that just has a lot of style with them.
Mm-hmm.
So that even if, as they age, it looks intentional.
Yeah.
You know, because it was also purposeful when they did it. So it doesn't look like, oh, that's not how that's supposed to look.
Yeah.
It all looks like, oh, kind of like when you watch an animated film. It's like, it's not going to really change.
Yeah, you can watch an animated film from like depending on how well it's done, especially when we're talking about anime, but like Dragon Ball came out in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
You can watch it now and be like, you'd probably think, well, that came out a couple years ago.
I wonder why it doesn't fit the whole screen.
Yeah.
that's the only part.
Yeah, it's like you can hardly tell, especially like if you're just judging it by the animation alone, it's
Oh no.
some of it's hard to
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah. You can kind of tell. I think you can tell. I think you can see a difference between hand drawn and computer.
Well, yeah, definitely that. I mean, like if we're talking about strictly hand drawn, if something was hand drawn today and hand drawn in the 80s, it'd be very hard to tell the difference.
Oh, okay.
So, but anything else about the Switch?
I hope it's real. It's like, you know, everything that they showed, and then everyone comes out and is like, yeah, that'd be cool. We can't confirm that, you know, that would be there. And then they're like, we're not going to say anything else about the Switch till January. Have fun, guys.
Yeah, I think they did that on purpose. I think it'll create.
I think it's working.
Oh, the Amiibo support. We didn't even talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
Does it support it anymore?
Yeah,
Presumably. Oh, yeah, actually, they said that and said, yeah.
Okay.
but
The
like
video
in the,
doesn't show it at all.
it does actually. It doesn't show them being
It
used.
shows Amiibo. It
Yeah.
doesn't show Amiibo support.
It's like here's the Switch on the shelf.
It
and
might
then
be
there's
like, this is what you're going to do
Amiibo.
if you're Amiibo now because you can't use it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
But yeah,
I do kind of like how there's more questions than answers right now.
that's
Because
always
right
a good
now
thing.
it makes us excited. And it's like, I think they probably need to start whenever they do announce, like in January, start with the bad things, you know? Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, the battery life's kind of short.
Well, actually, that's another thing we know.
Start with the bad things.
Yeah, like just get them out of the way, just like real quick. Just be like,
Battery
oh, yeah,
life sucks.
Don't say it like that. But, just say the stuff that people aren't going to be as psyched about, and then after that, just like distract them with the good things.
Yeah.
Don't forget about it.
Kind of like in the Sony press conference when they were like, they announced the up price of PlayStation Plus. So they said a couple things. They were like, PlayStation Plus is going to increase to this amount, and then that's it. They went straight on to the other.
No fault.
So some people missed it completely.
Didn't even know what happened.
And so other people were like, what? Did he just say something about PlayStation Plus?
Did the price go up?
And then after that, it's like, ooh, a new trailer on the screen. Okay, let's watch that. But it's like,
because I feel like if you save that to the end, it's just going to stick with people, and that's all they're going to think about. Like, if you start showing all these games and stuff, and then you show some other things, and then you're like, it's going to cost $500.
yeah.
But if you start with, it's going to cost $500, and then you're like, here's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to play this.
It makes it a lot easier to swallow.
Although I hope it doesn't cost nearly that much.
No, I think it'll be
no Nintendo.
$250 to $300.
They're pretty.
Maybe a $350. I don't know. We'll see. But if they do some kind of bundle, I would be willing to pay a lot more. But another interesting thing. Oh, we were talking about battery life. That's what it was.
Yeah.
They're using. We don't know what the specs of the chip are, but we know it's a Tegra chip.
Yeah.
And that's commonly used in tablets and smartphones. But they're using a custom one that supposedly it cools itself down once it reaches a certain temperature, which is what causes phones to not work as good
and explode.
Well, possibly. It causes them to stop working as good and lag, and it causes the battery life to drain faster.
Yeah.
If it cools itself, it'll last longer, the battery. So that's all speculation. Huh?
So what is it, like a liquid cool thing?
I have no idea.
Right.
No clue how that's going to work.
No one knows.
No one knows. So how long is it supposed to last then?
I don't know.
Specifically said?
No. There's no way to know.
People that can really have secrets anymore are Nintendo and Disney, and I think Nintendo's lost that. It's just Disney.
Yeah, like...
Because most of this Wii U stuff leaked.
And the Switch and everything.
But, no one on the planet knew about Disney buying Star Wars till they were ready.
Yep.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Think about it, man.
That is. But the Switch, so I'm guessing you have to put it on that thing to charge it.
Probably.
Now, will it have a cord? Because what happens if, because I want to play my game, but
I'm sure it'll have a
tablet's
cord.
Dead. Okay.
Oh,
like on
the
the go?
Charge it without the base.
Without the base, yeah. Because let's
I
say
don't know.
I took it somewhere. Oh, now it's dead, but I still want to play my game. Put on my base.
I would hope that they have something like that, but yeah, I didn't think about that.
I want to get one of those.
Now, and how about the things on the end? I guess that just charge. The controllers just charge when you're there. Do those need batteries? Do they just charge?
Don't know. The
Don't
Joy-Cons.
That's interesting.
I say they charge. I say that charge.
I'm gonna pull this up real quick while you guys are talking about it.
I wonder if the Joy-Cons have any sort of motion control in them themselves.
If they did, I would say it was either like an accelerometer to tell how fast you were swinging it, or it might be like Wiimote technology in there. So, or maybe like
I
a
mean, I know it's not going to be. You're not going to be able to
tilt,
point it like at a sensor bar or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be like.
It can tell if you're moving it, or maybe it can tell.
Kind of like what PlayStation did,
like they did with,
where you could control it like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope it's not like that.
that was the only thing that they did, wasn't it? For like their
the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, the PlayStation 4. They're like, here's a light. Oh yeah, the touchpad. The touchpad's actually cool.
Oh, touchpad.
Forgot about that. Poor touchpad, underappreciated.
I really don't use it.
Oh, no one does. Most people just use it as a button.
Yeah, I just use it as a button.
But it's nice that it's there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't use.
It doesn't get in the way either.
Okay, so he said.
And I quote.
This was when they interviewed the new president of Nintendo after the announcements of the Switch. This was updated on the 27th of October. He said, he was quoted by saying, by no means was that everything. He also said, the goal is to return to 100 billion yen plus operating profit.
Fall in love with engineering.
Refers engineering the brain could be accomplished by studying music and its effects on the brain.
Interesting. Learn more about Sydney at doers.com/STEM. Yuji, so does
then
Nintendo have a
let's see,
hit on its hands? What do you think?
Yeah, I think the reaction so far has been pretty
he suggested
positive.
that the Switch is part of a bigger ecosystem.
You know, it's
so
a hybrid
this is what he
console.
said
I
in
think
quotes.
Nintendo's going
It may be
directly for the
appropriate to call
casual
them
market,
accessories.
and I think it's doing
Or
so
it might be better
in the
to call
best
them
way
add-on
that it
hardware.
can.
Probably more correct
Because
to
if you
call
think
them
about it, we all
accessories.
have
You
smartphones
can assume
that we can play on, outside already. And so, do we really need a portable device? Well, I think Nintendo did the best that it possibly
Like if they were to
could.
make like Pokemon, for
The new
example,
device
you might
comes
get a
with
Joy-Con with the game.
controllers
So
that you can
instead
take
of using, like,
apart
the right
that
and
allows
left
two
original,
people to
you take
play
the
right
right off
away.
and put the
You
new
can
one on,
continue
and it's
playing.
like
If you're playing at home, you can just
customized
pick
with
it up
Pokemon
and
on
continue
it,
playing
different
outside.
buttons.
Yeah.
And I guess
But it says,
because a
you can
smartphone,
assume there
for
will be a
example, only
wider
has a
array.
touchscreen, it's
No
not
idea
the
what
best
that
way
means.
to play video games. So I think what
One thing
Nintendo's saying
we
is, hey,
still
look at
can't
these
show is the
controllers,
software
very
lineup.
portable,
We want people to touch the
and
device in
obviously
January and
Nintendo's
experience the software for
huge,
themselves.
impressive lineup of games is going to be there. They showed off a lot of impressive titles,
I wonder what
Super Mario, Mario.
It's hard to tell.
Us people?
Not us people. You know it's not us people.
Then we get a letter in the mail from Nintendo. Hey, we saw your podcast. We want you to try our Switch. It's like,
What's wrong with you?
I went the day of the announcement, and I was at work when it was announced, and I was like, okay.
Me too.
It was. I waited till about. It was like they announced it at 10 o'clock, and I waited till like 10:20, and I was like, I'm gonna take like a 5-minute like sit down break, and I went back there and I watched the trailer, and it was like I went right after that to GameStop and I was like, can I pre-order the Switch? And they're like, no, they just announced it.
They just announced it, right?
So can I pre-order it?
They don't even know the price.
I was in there for like 15 minutes. Like, will you double check? Will you
Should
triple
I
check?
pre-order it now? You wait like 5 more minutes. How about now?
Hey, my break's almost over. If I find out that you started pre-orders while I'm gone,
But I know what's going to happen. It's going to end up being like there's going to be a day, and it's going to be like, okay, I'm going to be at work. I'm going to be stuck at work, and then it's going to. I'm going
busy.
to check Twitter. GameStop's taking pre-orders, and then like by the time I get there, they're going to be like, oh, we just sold out.
We just sort
You
out.
can only reserve 3.
I think it'll do pretty well.
Did you really go over there and ask me for pre-order?
I did.
You think he was joking?
I mean, I knew he did it. Well, I don't know.
Seriously,
Who was over there? Was John over there?
not like the normal John, like the other John.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about? Like
no.
the bigger John. Bobhead.
Everyone at home knows what they're talking about, so it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, John from GameStop.
Yeah.
Did he seem really shocked that you were...
When I brought
More
it up, he was
annoyed.
like, they just announced it. And then I was like, I know.
I want it.
I want it.
You don't understand how this goes down.
I want
I've
more
seen
than
it.
one. I need at least 2.
I should have been like, do you remember when the Amiibo were launched? Do you remember that? What about the Wii U? Do you remember that?
Wii U
Weeks.
wasn't hard to find.
Huh?
Wii U wasn't hard to find.
We
We didn't pre-order. We just walked into Walmart. We're like, hey, you got any Wii U's? And like, no more deluxes. And
that was what went out. Everybody wanted the deluxe.
that was dumb.
So
Just
you
get a hard
could
drive.
you could find basics everywhere.
Yeah, so we just got basic.
And then we got a hard drive.
GameStop was sold out of both.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably why I have more digital games on Wii U than... Well, no. Xbox might be beating it now. Xbox and Wii U.
Oh.
Pretty digital. We've got a lot of...
PlayStation?
What digital games do we have? We have like 3. We have The Order, Destiny. Oh, Journey. Yeah,
Journey.
we got 3.
And you know, another thing Nintendo should do with the Switch is, on top of their physical software they release, they should make a huge library of virtual console games right out of
yeah.
the gate.
Yeah, that's one of the problems I think with the Wii U and 3DS virtual consoles is they already had a big lineup from the Wii.
Yeah.
For some weird reason, it's like we're just gonna release 1 or 2 and slowly build up the library from scratch again.
Wii U?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I remember when it came out, to me, all the games were games that I really wanted. Like, I really didn't want them. I can't even, what came out with it? I know,
bought
Zombie
Earthbound.
U. Bought Earthbound? With Wii U?
Yeah, on the virtual console.
Oh, we're
You
talking
mean when
about
it
console.
launched?
I thought
There was no launch games you wanted?
What launched with it?
Well, Nintendo
Zombie
Land
U.
was the big thing.
Zombie U.
New Super Mario Brothers
Super
U.
Mario Bros. U.
Rabid
Okay.
Land.
Rabid Land.
Sing.
Yeah, so there were 2 good ones.
Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Was it 2 or was it 1?
Yeah.
It was 2. I
It
think.
don't matter.
Batman Arkham Asylum or Arkham City, and Assassin's Creed 3. There were a couple others. I can't remember.
Well, the only thing is like those
You
like
needed Nintendo Land. And
Yeah,
you needed
Nintendo-
Super Mario Brothers.
yeah,
Zombie U was a good decision.
yeah.
Ultimately.
I liked it.
But those other 3 that you said, I preferred for some reason to get those on the systems I have them on.
I understand.
Yeah,
I didn't get those
Because
ones.
they came out later.
yeah.
If they came out at the same time, you might have been like, well, might as well.
Might as well try it out.
It's also kind of hard when it's like the 3rd in a series, and you've played the first 2 on one system. Like even Assassin's Creed, we started out on Xbox,
And
and
then
we accidentally got a PlayStation 3 copy for 3. Was it? No,
Black
4.
Flag.
Black Flag.
We didn't
No,
accidentally. Andrew
No.
rung us up, and
Right.
he just got
Andrew
the-
accidentally.
Andrew actually, I think he did.
Indoctrinated.
Yeah,
us,
that probably
Sony
wasn't.
fanboy.
That probably wasn't an accident.
Yeah,
He
he
knew
rang
we
us
had
up.
one, so
he
he's like,
probably
had a
just like
PlayStation 3.
PlayStation.
He just went PlayStation 3.
It ended up being okay though.
Yeah,
And, then,
yeah, it was fine. It didn't feel too weird.
and after that, I stopped really caring. I was like, oh, the difference is
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nothing. I'm just so used to playing on the Xbox.
I was
And then
nervous.
Huh?
I was nervous. I was like, it's not going to feel right.
Right. It felt the same. Maybe it felt better.
Well, Black Flag made some good improvements.
Okay. Anyways.
So no D-pad on the Switch.
Just 2
Yeah,
analog,
that's why you got to
isn't
get the Pro.
Yeah.
This will be the first time I
Also-
get a Pro controller.
Okay.
Unless
This
it
is one
comes
thing that I was thinking.
That would be great.
Okay.
If there's a bundle with it.
Yeah.
The 2 controllers on the side.
Mhm.
Because like there's a screen, there's 2 controllers. So there's like a thumbstick up here and then some buttons. And then there's some buttons on this and thumbstick down here. That's kind of how I saw it.
Yeah.
Now,
It's inverted like the Xbox controller.
yeah, okay. But like during that one shot when like we set the screen up like a like a pad like this computer, like you have one controller, I have the other controller. Can you just
Yeah.
flip it either way you want?
No.
To make it feel weird?
Your
I
left thumb's going to go with the joystick.
That's what I'm
it
saying.
normally would.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you
'Cause
flipped
that's
it
one
around,
thing-
you'd be holding it upside down. Which you could do, but it would be backwards.
Yeah.
That's one thing I was thinking. It was like
That's one of the reasons they're symmetrical, so they can both be just like.
so no matter when you
so
take
they
it
can be NES
off.
controllers.
So wait,
Yeah,
you said when
basically.
you take it off, your left thumb for both of them will be on the stick.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, like when I saw him playing it, I was thinking, I may would not like that. Let's say, like you have to hold the controller like this way, and then the other one, the thumbstick has to be on your
No,
right thumb. And
that's
I was
why-
like,
that's why it's backwards
One,
like
one
that.
person would have a disadvantage. Or,
That's why they're not both the same.
okay.
Like on the Wii, that's why they're convergent.
Okay.
See, like when you have it normal, the C buttons that were from the 64, they're back. That's what the new D-pad is on that one, and it's a smart move because
It's like
you
a
can still
PlayStation.
use it as a D-pad if you wanted to. It's
Yeah.
I mean it's clear directional buttons. It's just not going to feel like a D-pad.
Yeah.
But when you turn it,
Although
you're
if
each
playing
going to
a virtual
have a
console game,
but-
like
control
an
of
NES
4
game,
buttons.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be bad.
Yeah.
To play.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it wouldn't. It seems like it would.
I would rather have a traditional D-pad. That's
Yeah.
just me. But it is cool because when, like I said, when you do play
It
2-player.
becomes buttons.
But if you think about it, this is going to be one of the only consoles I can think of that's going to be multiplayer
At launch. Out of the
launch.
box.
Yeah, out of the box.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
You don't have to buy another controller technically, even if it don't come with a Pro controller.
And I
you've
think
got- you
that's
can play
another
2-player
brilliant
there.
thing since it's mobile and you can take it around. I think they're going to get a lot of good sort of word of mouth
Yeah,
because someone will have them. So I'm like, oh, is that the new Nintendo Switch? And I'm like, yeah. And then it's like, here, try it out.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
you can actually just like try it out and like play Mario Kart with someone.
Mhm. And that thing in the car that attached to the seat, I hope they
Oh.
sell that. I will buy that.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, Mary Lou, take me to this place, and I'll stay in the back. It was a really strange trailer at the same time. Because
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like it was the first trailer I think I've seen from Nintendo since like the 90s. It wasn't focused on like a family in the living room.
What
high-end
commercial
game
from the
set.
90s wasn't focused on some family in the living room?
Super Smash Brothers. And everything prior to that too was basically, except for like I think like the original Mario Brothers Duck Hunt had like a commercial with the family in the living room playing the game together.
They were almost all kids though before that.
Yeah, they were all focused on kids.
They were shooting it to
like
toys. It was toys.
Yeah, like the Kirby commercial. One of the originals was
they
like
basically
all these kids
never
bloated up.
deviated from this till now.
I know.
This is the first time ever.
But it's like the first time recently that I've seen one.
Well, no, actually, with the GameCube they did, but they did it weird. You remember the weird GameCube commercials?
I don't.
GameCube commercials were weird. They were kind of scary. You'll have to look them up later.
Okay.
Like PlayStation 3's commercials.
Yeah. I think
the baby.
whoever did the baby used to work at Nintendo and did the GameCube commercials.
Yeah.
I never even
they were
understood that
abstract and kind of edgy, and like people were in boxes and junk.
Oh, like I think I've seen some. I haven't seen an actual commercial on TV, but I think I've seen like a magazine ad of someone in a box. For the GameCube.
I think they were weird.
I
After
didn't know that was
this,
an actual commercial.
Yeah, but the Switch, focused on like
20-somethings.
Yeah, like
People who
the
couldn't grow
20
up
to 40
like us.
demographic, basically. Which is actually,
I think
were
it's
traveling a
good
lot.
because
it is good.
I think we actually
Have to go to
grew
college.
up with it.
Did a little thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I feel like we've grown up with
Nintendo.
so I guess now they're like
Almost everybody has.
Yeah.
But what's cool about it is the fact that they're focusing on a more core audience. Like the demographic, there's more people in our age group playing games than there are kids or people older than us.
Which is sad. But I think it is sad.
Actually,
I think the gaming space needs to diversify itself because right now,
it's kind of.
I feel like
if we keep growing with it, then it will die with us too, and that's not.
I mean, there's a good number of young people playing games.
I
I'm
think
always
the
like
younger
mobile
games.
The
that
young,
it's not-
it's
that-
mobile games, and like to me, like us, we're kind of like our generation. I think are a little bit more hardcore gamers, while like the younger generation is just kind of like mobile games, which is kind of just casual. We'll play.
As someone who works at a middle school, quite a few hardcore gamers there.
Okay.
Yeah. I see people sneaking in Game Informer magazines. And
Nice.
Andrew. Dude, the Andrew Addison, when I had our science with him, he had that in his
there
every
are people
day.
at school that have PlayStation VR already. I'm like, dang.
Really? Seriously? Wow, their parents. Wow.
What is it?
I said there are people at school there that have PlayStation VR already.
Josh has PlayStation VR.
Ah, sweet.
Really?
See some Let's Plays. But that doesn't capture well.
I have no idea.
Oh, just
We could
what's
test
he
it.
having on PlayStation?
PlayStation.
That's why it's called PlayStation VR.
Oh, yeah, he could.
What does he have?
He could do it.
Well, I know
I'm sure
it
he
can do
could.
it. How would it look is what
I don't
I'm
know.
wondering. I don't know if it
Where's-
look
does
good.
it shows on the TV, right?
I think so.
Still, so
Okay.
it'll
Just record himself walk around.
Yeah,
It's
and
cool,
he's-
man.
Yeah, test it out. I mean, I don't know if it'd be enjoyable to watch someone play a VR game without, like,
It depends on how
Without
it's,
what?
how it's done. Because it's
without like you'd have to set the camera up so you could see them pretty well.
when they're sitting down and when they're moving.
and it seems like it'd be hard to do it. I feel like
Because
I haven't watched anyone do it. So maybe it's easy. Maybe it looks simple.
I've seen people do it.
Okay.
I've seen PewDiePie.
Is it
do
fun to watch
Yeah.
someone play a VR game?
Well, yeah, a little bit.
A
Like,
little bit.
there-
Okay.
there was one-
So no.
IGN, when they did theirs, it was kind of fun, but it was a compilation. It wasn't just one person. It was them testing it out,
Yeah.
and it was a scary game, so it was kind of funny because some of them were like knocking the headset off
Yeah.
on accident, and some of them like took it off and was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And the other ones were like, oh, that's cool. But it was cool to see a compilation. But a game like Batman, there's parts Josh was telling me where you can sit down and you just look around. That would be cool because that would just look
Yeah,
like a
okay.
normal Let's Play, and you could still get the commentary. But then he said there's parts where you stand up and you actually have to walk around a little bit,
Yeah.
which is kind of scary. And like if you
you
imagine
would need
like
a really
yeah.
wide shot. And
like
you'd
in my
have to-
old bedroom, it's like no,
I
that's
feel
not
like
gonna
it would
happen.
take
I
more
feel like-
editing because you'd have to be like, okay, right now I got to sort of like cut back to
Yeah.
a wider. Basically, you need two cameras, one for like when he's sitting down.
Or
that's sort of
or
normal.
someone could be there and just record him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like even then,
That's
some
how
cameras
I've
would
seen
help.
the
That
Let's-
way you could have a close up and a long.
You haven't seen any VR like Let's Plays before?
I've not been interested in
I don't-
VR, so I haven't watched.
I don't
anything
see
about
how you think that it wouldn't be interesting. Is what I don't get. It's the same as someone playing a video game sitting there.
it. Yeah,
Except
because
he's
VR
gonna be,
games are more about sort of that person being in there and manipulating things.
and he's going to react a whole lot different. He's going, "Whoa, what is
I guess
that?"
there's going to be more. It seems like it just wouldn't be as fun to watch. Evidently, I'm wrong.
I think it'd be even funner to watch.
Okay.
You should like look.
I feel
up
like
some
it'd
of
be
them and see.
disconnected between like what they're doing and what
Yeah,
the
he
video
really
game
couldn't
is.
look at you and stuff.
Because it's like you kind of gotta go back and forth too. Whereas when you watch a Let's Play, it's kind of all together.
Yeah, you
You
watch
can
the
sort
Let's
of,
Play.
oh, I know when the reaction, because they're making a noise. So
Okay.
you know when they look over. But you know, there it's like they're doing stuff, and then the character does something like, oh, well, they don't know they're doing that.
Okay.
But speaking of VR,
I'm complaining too much.
the Switch. What would you think if that was the other announcement they had to make? Also,
Yes, VR.
virtual reality
Just
headset.
see the weird
On the
patents
go.
that
Virtual
are
Boy
looking
2.
out. See the weird patents where like it might have, there's like patents for like some holographic projector and junk.
There's what is those glasses called? Google made them, I think, and it was like you can.
Google glasses?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like you can wear
Those are
them.
dead. They're gone.
What if Nintendo made a virtual reality headset that you take with you with a Switch, and the glasses turn into the screen? So if you wanted to buy that, you could take it with you, and you could be walking down the street, and you could still see where you're going, but you'd be playing your game at the same time.
That sounds terrible.
It does.
You could be walking down the street, but you could see through your glasses.
And
How
play
would
the
you
game.
see it?
You're not getting a good
Well,
game
that's
experience.
what-
You're not getting
yeah.
a good walk experience.
That's
No
what
one
the
wins
glasses
there.
were. is
That's a
basically.
lose-lose.
Oh, that's what the glasses screen. Glasses through the screen.
You just have people walking around and they just like stop randomly, and like everybody would just be standing there with glasses and controllers.
Yeah.
You'd have to get like a chaperone to walk you down the street. So it'd be like, okay, like it's like a designated gamer.
Gamer.
Like you lead us in the right way, we'll just follow you.
We'll raise the job unemployment right
Yeah.
there. We pay people to.
There we go.
I want to defend my ranting against VR Let's Plays. I don't watch Let's Plays normally either, so I guess really I don't think it'd be interesting because I already am not interested for the most part.
In Let's Plays.
Yeah.
I think it would be interesting for like scary games or first-person games. But other types of games, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes.
But with the Switch, one thing I think taking it with you is really cool, but I don't know how often I would take it with me.
Why would you not take it with you?
I think I would take it as often as I
I
take my
think
3DS.
the great
which is
thing
everywhere.
about it is that you don't have to take it with you and you don't have to leave it there.
Yeah.
It's that you have that choice.
Yeah.
So
Like
if you're
if-
in the middle
yeah.
of playing Breath of the Wild and you're like, this game's awesome, I love it,
Oh,
I
no.
gotta keep playing, and then it's like, oh no, I gotta go on vacation. Dang it, I hate going to the beach and enjoying a nice week. Oh, I don't have to drive? Sweet! I'm glad I'm a good-for-nothing kid who still lives at home. Taking my Switch with me. Keep playing.
Well, if you're going that far, you need to take the charger pad too.
Just bring
But
the
it's like, well, I mean, I could see it for a lot of practical purposes. Like,
or you just want to lay down in bed with it.
yeah, like
Okay.
that's what I was
Like-
going to say earlier.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever seen one of those tables that like they adjust, like they raise up and down? They're a bed table, and
Yeah,
like
Drew
the
has
bottom slides under. You know what I'm talking about?
Drew has one in his
I have a
room.
bed table.
Yeah, that's what he's describing.
Oh,
Grandma's.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
I know
you
what
use
you're
one of
talking about.
those, like
Yeah.
you lay down, you get yourself comfortable, and you stand it up on the table, pull out the controllers, and you can just sit there and play.
Oh man, I'm loving the Switch now.
That's like Wally stuff right there.
It is. It's the first step.
Like no more sitting on the couch to play. You can lay down
and,
all day
you know,
and
we
play
can
your
have
Switch.
the Switch downstairs, but I want to go in my room and lay down. I mean, you know,
You could take it with you. Yeah,
Take it
if you
with
want to play in a different room, you can do that pretty
Yeah.
easily. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, okay.
Like if you have it hooked up in the living room and you just want to go downstairs,
Like maybe you have company over, and it's like they're gonna be in the living room today, and that's where you have it set up.
Dang it.
See, it's not as practical for us in this sense, but it is for a lot of Americans. But a lot of Americans take flights and travel, so the Switch is perfect for them because they actually have the trays you can pull out, and then you sit it down. You can play.
The tray. Okay.
And one of the most popular features on the Wii U was off TV play.
Yeah.
And this basically lets you do that.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be really successful because you have that option to take it with you or not. Like, imagine taking it to school and in the cafeteria, like 4 players sitting up and playing around a Splatoon in the cafeteria because that school happens to have free Wi-Fi. So they're like, well, even if you didn't, it's like couch co-op, but outside.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's like bringing
it's like
the
2,
3DS
4, 6. That's like 8 players playing one match, and they're just sitting with their screens diagonal to each other, playing. That's like crazy.
You think up to 8?
I think it would be actually up to 16 because do you remember the esports demonstration?
Okay.
They had 5 switches, and 2 players were playing each screen. So that's like 10 players right there.
2 players on each screen.
I think so.
Why didn't they all have their own screen?
Well, they only had 5 switches, but they had 5 switches
This
lined
is
up.
a big esport event. They should have had. Everyone should have their own screen.
I know. I'm just saying that's what it looked like.
It's a bad indication.
That it was behind the scenes.
Okay.
And then when they went in, everybody had their own.
That's different. Okay. Yeah.
But it was like
You're saying up to
crazy.
16. Up to 16 what?
Switches. Up to 16 switches he thinks are going to be able to sync up together. With your you would if you brought your 3DS.
That's what you're saying.
Playing.
Sync. Okay.
Local play.
Yeah.
I thought at first I was like, you was saying 16 on one screen. I was like, I ain't doing that.
It's like Smash Bros.
I was like, no, 3 or 4 sounds like enough for the time.
8 Smash.
But I mean, that's what's going to be really
8
cool.
Smash on that one screen.
Like imagine if I was still in school with you at the moment, we were in high school, and we go to the cafeteria. You have a Switch and I have a Switch, but then Michael's there with us and he don't have a Switch yet.
Yeah, so
and he's not even interested. And it's like, well, why don't you play around in Mario Kart? I get the guy next to me. I give him one of my controllers, and you give Michael one of yours, and then we're racing.
All 4 of us racing.
Have those out in the cafeteria.
Well, I'm just saying. That's just a practical example of.
And then you get it taken away by a teacher.
Good times.
I wouldn't give it to them.
Okay.
No.
It's mine.
No.
But it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm excited.
I'm gonna get one.
Okay.
If they're not
already, the marketing is better than the Wii U's.
With one 3-minute trailer, it's better. Yeah. Super better. It's very clear what it is.
As someone who was pretty much on board with the Wii U the whole time, anyways, it's much better.
I think we did a podcast on the Wii U, and one of the first things we were talking about was the marketing and the name. Those were the 2 things. It was that trailer was really weird, and the name is stupid.
I like the name Switch too.
Yeah, I love it.
I love the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
And have you seen their new logo that they're doing? Nintendo. There's no play like it.
Oh,
that.
No, I have not seen that. I like it.
They put it on their when they uploaded the Switch trailer to their YouTube channel. I want to say they added that on at the end, and all the videos they've done since then, like the Nintendo Minutes and everything.
Yeah.
It's at the end. It's like
it's
like Switch themed, and it's like there's no play like it
instead of no place.
Yep.
Okay.
Interesting. That's a perfect slogan. I don't know what's going on with their marketing division right now, but they all need a raise.
Doing good.
They need to keep it up.
Okay, this was fun. I'm sorry.